and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts, guests, and contributors, and do not reflect the official views of Real TV, its management, or affiliates. Content is provided for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Yeah, straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Current affairs, politics in the air. Social issues, we deal with it fair. No fluff, no filter, we call it how it is. Real TV vibes, what this how we biz. Straight to the point, get the people them speak. Straight to the point, every day of the week. Drama, truth, now the stories we've been. Tune in, let reality sing ya. Straight to the point, we don't beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Yeah, straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Current affairs, politics in the air. Social issues, we deal with it fair. No fluff, no filter, we call it how it is. Real TV vibes, what this how we biz. Straight to the point, get the people them speak. Straight to the point, every day of the week. Drama, truth, now the stories we've been. Tune in, let reality sing ya. Straight to the point, we don't beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Yeah, straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Current affairs, politics in the air. Social issues, we deal with it fair. No fluff, no filter, we call it how it is. Real TV vibes, what this how we biz. Straight to the point, get the people them speak. Straight to the point, every day of the week. Drama, truth, now the stories we've been. Tune in, let reality sing ya. Straight to the point, we don't beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Yeah, straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Current affairs, politics in the air. Social issues, we deal with it fair. No fluff, no filter, we call it how it is. Real TV vibes, what this how we biz. Straight to the point, get the people them speak. Straight to the point, every day of the week. Drama, truth, now the stories we've been. Tune in, let reality.
I want to say good afternoon and welcome to all of you all that is on with us this afternoon on the Inside. This is Straight to the Point. And of course, to all of you all that are watching us, whether you're watching us on cable TV, Digicel channel 32, Green Dot 26, Airlink 25, B-Mobile 110, Ampere 116. For those of you all that are watching us on the Tego app, good afternoon to you all as well. I want to say good afternoon to all of you all that is, you all are locked in with us via Facebook. For those of you all, I want to say good afternoon to the lovely people that has been off with us. All right, so on the TikTok, so I want to say good afternoon and welcome. You know, it's been a long time. You know, when it is you see that X for a little while, and you rekindle that old flame. It's something like that. So I want to say good afternoon. We missed you all dearly, and today is a good day. Today is a real good day. You'll check and see what's taking place in the place on Facebook. But today is a real good day. And you know why today is a good day? It might be, I say it's a good day, but it's really a bad day. But it's a good day. Because, and I want you all to even stick this afternoon, for those of you all that are joining us on the live, Ms. Valdez, good afternoon, and all of you all that are joining us this afternoon. Because, I'm going to like to tell you, yesterday, everything was just feeling low. Motivation low. I didn't even have the motivation to go and get pie. And you know, if I ain't go and get pie, something wrong. And I started to sit down and I started to feel so stressed. I started to feel like hopeless. I started to share with people close to me, and that's not much. I want to. It don't make sense. Sometimes I feel like it don't make sense coming out here and doing what I have to do, because it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. And I started looking through the messages. I started looking through, you know, people sending me things and saying, I need this, I need that, I need the other. I need this, I need that, I need the other. A young couple came to me yesterday and said, they've been evicted. Work hard. Pay slow. And in all of that was going on, they had a rent to pay. And here the rent, $1,800. A one-bedroom apartment. She and her boyfriend. He does a little lorry man work and whatever. And they're struggling. No children, you know. There's the two of them, you know. And they're struggling because she's not really getting a job. The man working, but problems in the camp. Pay coming slow. Like how water just comes sometimes in certain areas. And, you know, as I said, as water, we living in this time here now where people with water still have a schedule. You imagine you living in areas where you're getting water twice a day, twice a week, sorry. I don't know. I didn't live up in that kind of life, you know. And then I started to explore and go places and realize that I had a time when I want to bathe to get a nice running shower bath, because other than that is bucket at the bathe with right through. And I find that the government playing emotional games with people. There's a lot of work to be done. I saw the Minister of Social Media was down in Canada. It's only one Minister of Social Media we have, you know, which is Philip Edward Alexander. That man could talk on the media. And I see him doing work. And I think that the Prime Minister needs to keep Philip occupied, because the more occupied Philip is, the less time he would have to put out all kind of shoppiness on the media now. You know, he like to talk and rant and then come back and apologize and then say it's AI and all these different things. But I come here with a kind of fire today, and I literally, you know, your mood like 50-50. So my mood 50-50. I'm sitting down and I'm watching old interviews with people, some of them that I have not even played on this television station. I've not even released on social media. And The reason why I'm kind of fired up is because we have so many people in Trinidad and Tobago that is hurting. And all they go say Dale is an evil man. How you could be fired up about people hurting in our country? And one of the things that
in every vice, if you want real talk, this is your choice. Current affairs, politics in the air. Social issues, we deal with it fair. No fluff, no filter, we call it how it is. Real TV vibes, what this how we biz. Straight to the point, get the people them speak. Straight to the point, every day of the week. Drama, truth, now the stories we've been. Tune in, let reality sing ya. Straight to the point, we don't beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the push. From news to drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use the drama, truth, real talk, this is your choice. Yeah, straight to the point, we not beat round the bush. Straight to the point, yeah, we cut through the bush. From use the drama, truth in every voice. If you want real talk, this is your choice. Current affairs, politics in the air. Social issues, we deal with it fair. No fluff, no filter, we call it how it is. Real TV vibes, what this how we miss. Straight to the point, get the people them speak.
So we're back at the inside, and I want to say, for those of you all who are connected with us, whether you're watching us on cable, you're watching us live on the internet, wherever you're at, I want to say, we had a little technical glitch. You know how this going, especially when the heat get heated. These are some of the things that happen from time to time, and I want to say thank you for those of you all that have stayed on and stayed locked with us. My friend from St. James, from Ndibe, I see you on and locked on. I want to say good afternoon to you. And probably I was going to go down a road and the Spirit probably say, let me trim off a little bit. We'll mash up the computer for 5 seconds and we'll bring it back up. But one of the things that I want us to understand is that there are many people in Trinidad and Tobago, families, who are hurting. For those of you all that are at your homes right now and you're sitting down, you're watching us on the television, you're watching us on TikTok, you're watching us on Facebook, you're watching us on your nice cable provider, whether it's Digicel, B-Mobile, Ampere, Green Dot, CSTV in Canada, Tego app. Spend your hot data to see deal. How many of us, for the period 2024 to 2025, can name more than 5 police-involved shootings for us? Name 5 persons in 5 separate police-involved shootings from 2024 to 2025. Let me tell you some alarming facts. That within that same time period, we were over 60 police-involved police shootings in Trinidad and Tobago. 2024 to 2025 alone, 60 police-involved shootings. And almost every person besides families who will have been the victims of such cannot even name 10. Let me be a little nicer. They can't even name 5. Or maybe they can't name 4. And I blame the media for it too, because the media has a responsibility to hold office holders, to hold the government, to hold members of national security accountable. Now, some of the things I'm going to say today is not media conventional. Some of the things that I'm going to say today can land me in public scrutiny. And you know something? I don't care. I could probably do it a little vacation too. If you know, you know. But you're telling me that these persons and police officers are unaliving persons every year. Let me make it sound nicer. Every week, and nothing is being done about it. Kyle Seeley and Joshua Samaru wasn't the first, and they wasn't the last, unfortunately. Because mere days after Kyle Seeley's incident and Joshua Samaru, weeks I should say, there was Jaden Diaz. Jaden Diaz was killed in Sandy Grande. A little boy coming from the west, going up by his aunt to stay. 2 police officers in a vehicle, supposedly so-called jumping out at a call that I want to say the call wasn't registered in the diary of the station. That call that they was responding to of a domestic dispute, the area real small. The houses real far apart. You can't make a mistake to know which house you was going by for a domestic dispute. And for a domestic dispute, they said Jaden Diaz ran from the police. In hot pursuit, the police see a small weed plant. So all that was in the report. Jaden ended up, as they say, to the back of the house. Like what they say, right? Jaden pointed something resembling a firearm. The police officers feared for their life, and with appropriations of the use of force policy, discharged one bullet to chest, because Jaden would have been facing them, pointing what is appeared to be a firearm. Forensics report come out and say that Jaden Diaz single gunshot wound to the chest. I always used to wonder when they tell you to walk out with your chest, it will be your back, because your back is in your chest. And unless maybe that I wasted years of school to know front and back, and I say, man, don't like back at all. When we look at Jaden Diaz's body, the entry wound was to his back, exit his chest. But the Forensics Sciences Center, the lo and behold, hallowed sacred ground of the Forensic Sciences Center, begs different. All right? A man held in the Eastern Correctional Facility on alleged, because he wasn't charged, he was being or requested to be extradited. Requested to be extradited to answer charges. Romel, good afternoon. Angela, good afternoon. To answer charges, and then he was unalive. You all remember they say he committed suicide, right? Forensic reports today say it wasn't suicide. You all remember even before this man died, I said that people, they were trying to unalive people in that same facility. I carried one of my directors to the house of an informant. He could tell you. And the kind of stories that we have heard coming out, the kind of stories we hear. A man shot 14 times. Police has failed to protect his family and his loved ones and his children. And the very said police officers come up to them and say, yeah, what's going on? We'll give $50,000, hush him out. Because it's somebody uncle. And pressure. Somebody uncle. So they say, you know what, we go pay off all that $50,000 and hush him out. And when they refused, you know what happened? They started raiding this young man and this woman's home. The police pull up and she work. Take her in handcuffs. Carry her home to execute a so-called search warrant. They tell her, call the man and tell the man, come now. She call him and say, baby, come home, it's an emergency. On his way coming to the house, coming through the yard, he was kicked down. Your mother so and so, you're this, you're that, you're the other. And in the clear view of children. And we just had to rock back and observe and initiate ourselves in a poor man's sport. We want justice. We want justice. I could go as far as back as the prison break with Hassan Atwell Who were the prison officers behind such? Because they had to have help on the inside. But you always say they're far-fetched. Today I watched a video of a live show on the government pocket radio station. The radio station that the government just pay people to make them sound good. And them hungry mouth dogs who just work there. Somebody told me the other day, they say, one of them hungry mouth dog and them have pain and blood in it. I said, what do you mean? I say, when he needed help and was in the hospital, it was the people of the PNM that gave blood. I said, you lie. I said, and it's so they hate all you. And it's all your blood they have inside of them. They say, yeah. And that's why you see me, you can't class me at PNM, you can't class me at UNC. And one thing God, I'm saying it here now, don't get me sick that I have to ask people for blood because I don't want no PNM blood and I don't want no UNC blood and I sure as hell don't want no PEP blood. And you see that mad blood that Kizel and them have, I don't want that either. Proper blood, proper bad blood. But I sit down and I listen to these guys speak so so I don't even want to use that big word because I want them to understand. They speak so much dotishness on the air saying that we are in a better place. And I would have believed that if I did not head down to Port of Spain yesterday, where I saw a mother, a father, family, and friends coming to light candles in one of the most busiest places in Trinidad and Tobago, in Port of Spain, by Shakan Street. That's Shakan Street, right? By Republic Bank. And I'm saying to myself, what do you mean 4 years ago and only ain't get justice? What shipping this fellow telling me? 4 years ago on the 2nd of July 2024. No, 2022. 6 young men in a white Toyota Aqua leaving Diego Martin, heading from a party. Good evening, Arlene Cox, Trevor Rollins, good afternoon. Dwayne King, good afternoon to you. Leaving Diego Martin, coming from a party, one celebrating to go away, one young man was expecting a baby. And you know, before we even reach Independence Square, these young men were searched by members of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. On exiting the party, these police officers would have stopped these young men, searched them, put flashlight all in the Aqua and check it out, and left them. They left the party, they left the police, they went to the gas station, they put gas, they take pictures, and they left and they went on their journey. Can you tell me why these police officers followed these young men out of Diego Martin? Down the foreshore, onto Ryson Road, into Port of Spain. where a chase ensued. It's young fellas, young people, 18 and 19. One of the young men that would have been third party in his life he ever went through because he grew up in church, a church boy. And they panicked. And they crashed into the wall of Republic Bank in the white Toyota Aqua. And instead of the police officer saying, "Hands up! Come out the car! Put your hands behind your head! Police, police, police!" They had some new MP5. That's some bullets that was collecting dust. And you know what they did instead? Rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. 6 young men. So the vehicle is overloaded. 6 young men in a vehicle. Rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Blow off one man's head. Sometimes I just wonder if the police and them, they've been listening to the gunman music more than the gunmen and them. Because I've spoken to some elements where they say, "Brother man, when I see police, if I have a gun, I would never shoot behind the police because I know I did." It's easier to go and spend jail, make a jail, spend your 100 and something days, and come out. Bail easier to get. But imagine, and I was in a conversation today where somebody told me they got pulled over by police and the police officers pointed their firearms at them and they started to say, "Boy, guys, they are gone through, are dead." Because that's the perception of the police service now. Shoot first, ask later. Shoot first, make your story. Shoot first because the Forensic Sciences Center is on the same corruption vibes as the police. They're taking bribe and they're taking, oh God, don't say that. No, to hell with all you're saying it today. They're taking bribe. From upstairs, from downstairs to upstairs, story has changed. And then when we ask, when we see police officers, up to this day, I cannot get an answer from the Commissioner of Police. I cannot get an answer. Why are police officers roving and raving? And all of it was my friend, all they could vex. We don't have to lime again. In fact, I don't lime, so to hell with all you. Or you don't pay my bills. Because at the end of the day, I go hush my mouth about injustice because our partner is a police. I go hush my mouth about injustice because I don't want to rub the people and them who I know it's about time police officers and all stand up and say enough is enough. It's about time when all they go on raid with all their batch and all their shift and something go wrong bad, you stand up and say, "Boy, that way you're doing there, nah." But instead, something all they going home and lie down in all the bed and say, "Boy, that scene play off kind of off, you know." But you see me, I need my money. I need my little 7,500, 8,000 when the night come. And for all in Sandy Grande who running, all in Sandy Grande who running racket for Peruland. Tell me what Jayden Diaz did that deserved him a gunshot to his back or the new age chest which is your back. Tell me what he did. Tell me why it is that victims of police involved shootings, the process is slowed down so much because the police have to get the story right. And the investigating officer, who is also the shooting officer, have to make sure they go to forensics and say, "This is what happened. So when it done now, the pathologist ain't watching the body, you know. The pathologist ain't doing nothing, you know. You know what they're doing? They're just writing on paper. This is what happened, XYZ, and that's it. Shame. Imagine a pathologist will watch a body, seeing where the entry wound is, and still saying that the entry is not an exit. They watch an exit wound and says an entry wound. And because we, John Public, don't know better, we have to take that, put it in with preference, smoke it, eat it, roll it, lick it, love it, leave it. So when a mother comes to me now and tell me, Dale, I don't know what to do again. My child who had so much in store for him, his life wasn't, it was stolen from him. It was taken away. As a parent, I want you all, for those of you that are watching, put yourself in the shoes, because today for them, yesterday for them, but tomorrow might be you. And you'll say, Dale, I rebuke you. You go ahead and keep rebuking and don't stand up and start to take action. You know, plenty of other Christians, oh God, we go pray. I'm going on robo shatter, going down on my knees and pray. We got to pray for the government. We got to pray for the police service. We got to pray for this. We got to pray for that. All the truth is nothing all yet. All the truth is nothing all yet. Because we just sitting down behind a keyboard and we just type in and we type in, and there are families out here. There are families out here hurting. Mothers out there hurting. One thing I wouldn't do is to bring our families here to come and talk. Because if I had to bring them here to talk, I had to tell them shut down the TV station. We'll go live on the internet. So that the parents could tell them all sorts of choice words. Because why does a father have to tell me yesterday that, Mr. Dale, I don't know why I live in here. You see, I'm feeling hollow inside. 4 years, bro. And I'm leaking, my heart leaking. He said, but if it wasn't for my grandchild and my daughter, I don't know. Four years ago, you celebrate the anniversary of death. You celebrate anniversary of somebody's life being stolen to them. And you're coming outside Republic Bank and you're taking a lighter and you're light a candle. You light a candle and you say, well, boy, I hope we might get justice this year. Police ain't calling nobody. Police ain't telling nobody nothing. Then keeping the family abreast. Imagine a police officer come and dare the guy heart attack. For all you know, God, for all you know, the man must see all kind of corruption and he had give out. Because you got to lock up your own peers. I just have to keep reminding myself on the television, because sometimes, as a man I don't cuss, but sometimes I feel like I need to get the point across to put some high def words, some HD words in front of my syllables and verbs. And you know what? You know, if I start to do that on the TV, you know, when I break my point across, they come and lock me up, you know. And when they come and lock me up, you know, everybody now going on here all what I was talking about. I'm going to end up like Johan Hari. But he's smarter than me, so. But families are in mourning. Families are asking for information. Jayden Diaz's mother still waiting on the police to come and tell her something. But instead, all they're reading house. All they're looking for gun. And then we just wonder when Joshua Samaru father jump up and say, if it was my will, if I had the power. I know they want me to say it, you know. But it's his words. And you know what? Well, it could come for me. But sometimes I feel like the police service and members of national security and the ministers wouldn't get up and start to function only when it's time to do this. You see, when it reaches the door, that's when we want legislation and change. When your cousin and your aunt and your mother is faced by the same people that you're in charge of, and you will tell the nation, my people need counseling. And here what you do, you're bamboozling we to drop 17 police officers. We unemploy 17 police officers. And I'm sending a warning by BS. Try and fool somebody else with that. Go Guyana with that stupidness. You have senior officers who sitting down, who barely getting big so. Because they don't know what to eat again, how much money, is all kind of fancy food, is all kind of woman they're womanizing with. They're exercising. Who they can run down? But what's them walking? They're walking. You understand? I was a senior police. Fat and abzucky, stink and dirty looking, and people dying. Mothers losing their children. You tell me a senior officer who was leading the investigation, come on there, and then what? What happened? 4 years? Alright, we go blame the PNM. 4 years. Nothing changed. New commissioner of police. Under state of emergency, death like that. Who getting stabbed up, who this, who that, and then what? These little clown and them coming on the radio and say, change is good. We in a better place now. Thank God for Jesus. Hail Selassie. Jah Rastafari. And they're fooling me with all kind of dotishness. And I must rock back and realize. And say what? Imagine a father is crying, you have a man crying, he don't know how to live life. And he's saying, Honorable Prime Minister, I vote for you. Imagine it reached that point. It reached there. I vote for you. He's the mother of the nation, he's a parent. Would any of these people, prime ministers, president, ministers in government, would you all if you all was in the position of some of these families, would you accept the things that you all say? When they stole Colin Imbert's son's phone, we saw the true power of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. And if we could use that to find a phone, matter of fact, let me go a little further. When did this Gary Griffith, we the members of the population on social media, our favorite intro was a few moments later. You know why? Because you was bound to get found. And if you're bound to get found by simple video footage where I don't know your name, I don't know your jockey size, I don't know your shoe size, and I'm finding you, why we can't find the criminals? Long time crime, they used to mask up their face, not so? Nowadays crime, you seen anybody masking up their face? And sometimes I feel like I should just, elope is not the word. What's the meaning of elope? Alright, let me don't go down there. I feel like I just need to transfer myself and go out in the States. It's excitement out there. People climbing up the Eiffel Tower and proposing and drama and bacchanal. So better go out there. Better go out there and climb a tower and tell my baby, oh God, girl, I love you so much. My love is like height. But you know something? The media is sensationalized. You know why? Because them same two stupid people who went and climbed up the Eiffel Tower, it wasn't the first time that they do it. They've been doing stupidness like this long time. But you know what? Sensationalism of the media. Them is a kind of crazy kind of love. I want a woman climb a tower for me. But then I sit down and I say, you know what? We like to talk about ABG. We like to talk about 6, 7, 9, 12. What's some of the other gangs? All them big gangs we like to talk about. But there's one gang we don't ever talk about. You know the Minister of Homeland Security should start issuing preventative detention orders of persons who are involved and are part of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Ooh. Because I one of the biggest gangs that I have in Trinidad. Then only moving drugs from one place to the next. Gang block from here today. And it's a cool scene. I want to show you this interview bad, you know. And the internet is holding me back. My phone is holding me back. It's fighting me a real dread fight. But here what you do? Here what you do? There is a video clip. The one with the 2 minutes and 21. You have that one? But before I do it, you will find that one, the 2 minutes and 21 one. But I want us to remind Trinidad the two short clips from the scene 4 years ago on Independence Square. I want all to remember. Watch this.
My man had leaking.
Look how they're holding him. Like dog filth. Or they done a live youth men who had the whole life ahead of them. One of them was an aspiring YouTuber. One of them selling the little goods and thing coming in, the selling thing. They ain't selling weed, you know. And as a parent, 2 o'clock in the morning, you get a phone call. And you see videos on social media with your child, marrow leaking out of your head. And nothing coming out of it. And you know what's the interesting part? All of these police involved shooting, allegedly a gun was found. I have footage, I wouldn't play it, I would have come and raid me. Because 4 years, 4 years, there are footage from everywhere. There are footage of them in the gas station. Remember there were that little accounts coming down the road, right? All right. And it's about high time the business community stop holding and harboring stupidness. When stupidness take place and families come and say, oh God, let me get the footage. You didn't want to give them the footage. Oh, the police had to come. And they say they say it's robbery and all kind of thing, right? 4 years later, and there have been survivors. Remember, we didn't talk about 3 people are dead. So that means 3 people are alive. And guess what? Nobody was held for ammunition, firearm, possession of firearm with grievous bodily attempt for whatever, possession of a firearm with intent to kill, murder, like how they give Kaya Silly for murdering her boyfriend. Because Kaya she's a bad girl. She's a triple B. She's a bad. And we sit and we take all of these things. And then I sit and I wonder to myself, Dale, are you happy? Dale, are you contented? And then you know what? Or you're fighting little Alyssa Phillips. Mind you, Alyssa Phillips was down there last night, eh? And you know what she did? She said a prayer. But you know what I like about Alyssa? And it's, what's now? If Alyssa mother single, I need a woman like that in my life, you know. Because it had to be she mother trained she up and grew her up in you understand what I'm saying? You need women like that around. You need powerful women. You need praying women. You need them Esthers. And Alyssa, she knows she scripture. That man is a lucky man. But I go tell your father, you better make sure you're doing the right thing, you know, because you have one and you're telling you, you make a mistake, them prayers go bowl you out, you know. And the Bible says faith without works is dead. But we fighting Alyssa Phillips, who has brought to us and exposed all what's going on. By just her little plights. I said, and 18 pieces there, Robbie. She exposed so many people out here. And the wicked evil. Well, they thought I was going to say the wicked evil PNM. Wicked evil police service. And we have to take that. They lock up Alyssa for protesting. They lock up Alyssa for having her voice. I want to tell you something. There was a certain conversation that happened with a certain group of police. Sit down with a bat and say, boy, why them don't hush them out, boy? Them interfering with my bread, you know. Them winding up the scene too much. One of the officers that was involved in a police-involved shooting, talking to one of your comrades. But trust not even your shadow, brother. But I will pray that you lost your work. I will pray that you sit down in a jail cell. And your thoughts ride you. Ride you like a jockey back. Like them ride on them. Let them ride you. Not people riding them, eh? His thoughts and his deeds. Never play. You're the first one. Play the first one for me. And most likely by that time, the next one will come in and you'll just play that one right after. But this is what happened yesterday at Independence Square. And look, the next one coming. Ain't God good? So you could go ahead with the first part.
Yeah, we just want them to know we're still waiting on justice. Today marked 4 years since we lost our loved ones to the hands of the police, executional style, right on this location here, Republic Bank, Chacon Street. Yet still no answers. They told us that we'll be able to see the footage, yet still nothing. We're not getting any answers. They just have us on a run around right now. You know? So we want to know where's the next step? Where to go from here? Because I will not be resting until I get justice to my son. You know, so let us know something, what it is going on. It's 4 years today. 4 years today, we without our loved ones. I can't cry. I just have sleepless nights. You know, so we're waiting on justice, and I will not stop until we get justice.
Yeah.
When was the last time that police officers would have spoken to you in relation to the matter?
The last time anybody spoke to us is before Mr. Brandon John died. After that, they just given us number to call, and it's like it's blank. Nothing. Nothing. For the past 2 years, nothing. Nothing.
Yeah. I would just like to remind the people of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean, and the rest of the world. In 2022, members of the TTPS murder Leonardo Williams, Isaiah Roberts, and Fabian Richards coming back home from a birthday party. And today is the 2nd of July 2026, and yet still no justice. Right? They confiscate all the video footage from where it start from to where it end here. And right now, I am frightened, I am scared, because they have AI, artificial intelligence technology right now, and they can tamper with those videos what they confiscate, right? And put things what was never there in that video and prove that them children was shooting at the police when that was never the case, right? And I am scared, and we need justice. The parents of Leonardo Williams, Isaiah Roberts, and Fabian Richards need justice. We need to rest our heart, our mind, our soul. Please. Because these police and them target them from Cry Down in Dago, come out of the jurisdiction, conquer them by Republic Bank here, ram them in,
and still kill them execution style.
Multiple gunshots. They blow out Nicole's son, which is Fabian, which are the head. Right?
Yeah, he get 10 bullets. Right? In his head, only head.
They hit my son, which is Leonardo Williams, multiple gunshots in his back. All them children get shot in the back. The autopsy could prove that. Right? All in the bottom, they hit him gunshot. I could only imagine how scared and how frightened them children was in that car. Right? They killed Isaiah Roberts. He was going away. Those kids in that car who them police murder was mentor to other kids. Because Isaiah Roberts, he's a guy, them is, how they call it, in trouble. Them fellas were ready to do business. Leonardo ready to do business. You see?
Fabian was a young YouTuber coming out in the business. He already had videos making.
Them just have
numbers on YouTube. So he is known.
Where is the justice?
And to be honest, people make out him in the car the night when the police was shooting. And the boy died, baby boy, and I saw, and they started to make a certain noise. Them is good youths, boy, them is good youths. That is how they shoot.
But them children was coming back home from a birthday party. And it was like a farewell because your son, right?
Isaiah was going away.
And it was a baby shower.
Everything.
And plus it was like a farewell. You know, and I'm children coming back home from that birthday party. And look what members of the TTPS do to them kids when them supposed to protect our kids in this country. You know, look what they do to them. Murder them in the most brutal way that I'm not saying, but I don't want no parents get a phone call that I get that on the 22nd of July 2022. Boy. I don't want no parents get that. And we need justice. What we have to do for justice again in this country, boy. Or the average citizen, the poor man. What we have to do to the justice. Because the PCA know what's going on. The DPP man know what's going on. The justice system know what's going on. The past and present government know what's going on. Right? And why they playing, they don't know for. Why they playing, why they deceiving poor people in this country for. Why they doing that for? We need justice. And if we talk anything about revolution and we talk anything about riot, they come in for us. They come in and arrest us and thing and give us one set of case, you know, and thing just for talking that talk. You know what I mean? And he talking about video footage and video footage. All right. The video footage, what Ian Allen leak to concerning
Here.
Kaya and
Yes, sir.
Joshua Samaru, right? He said that wasn't a leak because that's evidence and them just analyze that
Yeah,
and
because they wanted
them
to
just
cover
give
up.
justice. All right, that leak, right? Boom. But look our footage and leak. How come we ain't get justice? So how come I ain't go through that? So that's why I know he's out. Alexander just a bag of nonsense. Everything out of his mouth is nonsense. Right? Because we can make that comparison because one leak, no justice. One in leak, no justice. So what he's speaking about?
Yeah.
And the commissioner, his name and all telling him to go. Where's the name? Go Vero. Look, his name and all telling him to go and the boy don't want to go no way. We need proper management in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Right? We need justice to split for everybody. Equal rights and justice for everyone. We need justice. Once again, we need justice for Leonardo Williams, Isaiah Roberts, and Fabian Richards. And I will include Kaya and Joshua.
As a parent, you know, for the last 4 years, from that first moment, you know, you got that phone call, you know, stating that what had happened right here at this very moment, you know, and I mean, from then till now, you know, 4 years is a
long time.
Not to get any
answers.
Anybody would have had a change in government, would have a change even in the police service in regards to commissioners of police, ministers of national security, who's now Homeland Security and Defense. You know, for the ministers, prime ministers, and you know, for the persons who would have probably just now into office, they will say just about a year or so. You know, what would be the message that you would have to send to them directly, you know, being grieving parents, you know, not getting answers from the various arms of the police?
For everyone throughout Trinidad and Tobago, whether you're poor, whether you're rich, whether you're whatever, I need justice for everyone. In a case like this, what take place here, brother, those who supposed to give us justice by all rights, They're supposed to give us justice. We need justice because those kids was just, them went in a little birthday party and coming back home. As I saying again, the car had an issue. The car was a rental. Right. Someone rent it.
That was the wrong car.
Someone do something with that car, right? Whatever, right? And the police maybe take the number plate and things, so they have it done like a hot car. But so happened, them children happened to end up with the same car, in knowing what happened.
Right.
Then police see the car down, they go with them in it, and ask, no question.
Right.
Chase them out and they go, ram them into the bank here, don't conquer them. They could have called them out of the car because it's big, strong police with machine gun.
Yeah.
Big, strong police with machine gun. They could have called them out the car because they don't they can't conquer the car.
Look for the incident, the same way
they
they
do that. You know what they do? Multiple gunshots in all our children, boy.
What was the account of the police would have given you in terms of the situation? Have you even gotten an account?
No, nothing.
The investigating officer was Brandon John at the time. God rest his soul, he passed away and thing, right? As I say, everything the DPP did send a probe into the investigation and thing. But we as parents, we waiting, we never experienced this. We waiting for them to contact us and tell us, all right, we moving forward and all of it just nothing like that up to now. Look, it's 4 years now. Nothing. You cannot depend on the justice system in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. They will not help you. Like you have to lose inbirth son at the lost his phone. You see, and they will come and find it fast and give him it back. You see, nothing for us. Look how fast he get back that phone. You see, look, nothing, we need nothing. So we waiting. Look, it's 4 years, today's the second of July, we waiting, right? And we waiting, but it's people just can't wait no more. Again, we just can't wait no more again. Right, because look, this is 4 years, we need to rest. Right now, my heart has been leaking, dripping. You know it is, your mind strong. And your heart leaking and you're naturally feeling something dripping out your heart.
Yeah.
I just holding on to the little strength I have left. I'm a daughter, you know, I'm a grandchild and thing. And I just try to go on as a vendor. I still go out and meet people, sell and thing. I still try to make my days go. For 4 years, I just go and But in the back of my mind, I hollow, I weak. I could fall long and dead. I'm telling you, I could fall long and dead, brother. I didn't miss my son like crazy, knowing he wasn't in no criminal activity. If my son was a criminal, that's it. We wouldn't have this conversation. Y'all are bury him right, and that's it. I know them chairman was innocent. Innocent. And right now, I trust them right now with the AI technology because they have all the video footage what take place and they could alter it. And that's a dread that I said the expert will be able to tell the difference. Right? Because the first thing when police kill your children, I think whether they right or wrong, they say was shoot out. And they say what they were shooting and shoot. That was never the case, brother. Them children was coming back home from a
Why just as the police kill somebody, they quick to say they shoot behind them, or they have a gun, or they fire back at them.
And once again,
you know, when Fabian was coming from the party, and even though the police was behind them, each of them was on the phone talking to somebody.
But look, now,
Fabian was speaking to his cousin on the phone, with Ms. Debbie on the phone, right? Nalo was talking to his sister on the phone.
Listen.
Right? Everybody was just the phone was almost dying.
Yeah.
So,
is it? So I asked him, right, because I never get justice under the previous government, which is the PNM. And I asked him, they say, Ms. Kamala Persad Bissassa is the mother of Trinidad and Tobago. I asked him
to look into this case, please.
Ms. Kamala Persad
look
Bissassa.
Into this case, please. It's 4 years.
I vote for you because I need you to look into this case. Please don't deny us. Don't deny the parents of Leonardo Williams, Isaiah Roberts, and Fabian Richards, and Kaya, and Samaru, and Mr. Samaru. Please do not deny us, right? I need you, and we need justice. We need to rest. We parents, he's a parent too. He's a parent, and we need justice, Ms. Prime Minister. I need you and your team to look into this, right? They have all the video footage. The DPP have it, the PC have it. Everybody had the video footage what play up here right now. And we need justice, ma'am. We need, please, Ms. Prime Minister, we need justice. We need justice. We need justice. So there's 4 years, the 22nd, the 2nd of July, 2026. We need justice, Ms. Prime Minister. Please, we need justice.
Yeah. Because it is alleged that they found the gun. But yet still, everybody, the survivors are still outside here walking.
Yeah,
right? 3 of them survived.
3 people would have survived.
Yeah, and 3 have died.
And none of them was charged with anything.
None of them were charged with anything. None of them were charged.
No gun. That's why no one was charged.
And the survivors' account of what would have taken place that they would have relayed that to you in terms of...
Yes, I speak to each one of them. Each one of them I spoke to individually, and all of them gave me the same story that took place that night. Right? If things that go on that I can't say on the air, because as I say, we have to protect our life as well. Right? But it's time we get justice. It's time to look into this. Because if it was the other way around, if it was the other way around, as much as it was my son should be behind the police, I don't have to be careful. Because they're coming for you. Right? So it's time I need justice for my son.
And I want
it's time I need justice for Fabian Richards, Leonardo Williams, Isaiah, Kaya, and Mr. Samaru.
Yeah. And I want the whole world to know, especially Trinidad and Tobago, we have nothing against the TTPS. We have nothing. We love all our hard-working police officers in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. What we have a problem with is the corrupted ones in the service. Right? We have nothing against the police officers and them because we know they have to do a day work when they come and mind their family just like everybody else. Right? So I love and respect our police officers. Right? Because my son Leonardo Williams grew up in the police youth club on Soval grounds there, no? He and his sister grew up in the police youth club, no? From small, no? Right? It's our police officers who mentor them could come and talk and
stand up for them. The police who stand up for them.
I have nothing against the TTPS. And I want those police officers who might feel like they target me, I want them to know I have nothing against them. If they're corrupted, well, they're corrupted. Right? I have no problem with the hard-working police officers of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
I want the officers to know the anxiety at death is worse than death itself. You understand? Because I have been grieving for 4 years. I have been having sleepless nights for 4 years. You understand? Fabian grew up with his sister. And she can't come out. She can't. I can show you the message on my phone what she sent for me today. She said, Nicole, it's 4 years, but like 4 days to me. She said, like, it's 4 days to me. The pain's still there.
Yeah, 4 days for real, yeah. That pain can never go away.
You understand? She said, Nicole, the pain's still there. The hurt's still there. The grief's still there. How could I come out?
Like 4 days.
And she don't normally go nowhere without her brother. She always with her brother and her son. So this is hard for her. She grew up her brother from he was 10 years till he was 21 years. And I mean just grew up in a house. She grew up in a home where they will love. Fabian never seen me straight. Fabian was a church boy. That's probably the second party or the third party Fabian going in your life. You know, so I don't know what to say again. I just want justice for these children. I'm tired. I'm tired hold my belly. I'm tired. I need answers.
If we have a proper justice system in Trinidad,
yeah, too much corruption going on.
We supposed to grant that by your right.
You understand? And just like police is a police, I is my son. And when I say I get fed up, if I tell lie down and can't agree and roll, I go do it. Have a blessed night. All the time.
So if I had to lie down in candle grease and roll, that's how we have parents feeling out here. And I could play footage after footage after footage after footage to prove my point, you know. That's a waste of time thing with we, you know. This is where the police service uses their resources. The San Fernando shooting, police officer Eversley, they killed she, and she brand panty. There's a show today, they don't have the children and them watching. Because today's thing, I don't feel like if we have to talk facts and we have to be real with one another, that I have to be politically correct today. I have to sound fancy and pretty. You see how I come out here today? Watch how I come out here today. Because you know what? It don't matter how I look in. You want me to come and shoot and look nice and fancy and talk all kind of sweet lies with all you so I could get a little WASA contract. Because I'm smarter than all of these people that they put to represent the party together. Are you really smarter than all of them? I'm smarter than all of them. They come in and they get a little pipe painting contract. And they get a pipe painting contract. And they better than all of we because they're collecting at 8,000 when the month come in one contract. And we must sit here and listen to the nonsense. We must stay here and listen to all the shippiness that is happening and is being brought before us over and over and over and over again. And then what? What's the next thing all you want to do? Or you might find Dale kicking up a storm saying, oh, we'll go by Zalisha to try and see if they can pressure Zalisha. And this is why it's important now that we, the people, have to stand up for something. I didn't even want to, yeah, what it is. I didn't even want to put money in shit to the point, innit? I want all to advertise all this small business. Bring them to the forefront, bring some ads to the TV station so that the TV station could make money, so that we could do all kind of things and continue the work that is being done. Because I'm going to be real with all you. For all of this to work and for us to reach the masses, we work hand in hand and we need each other. And we need Real TV to be up and functioning so that we can reach the masses. So taking out a little $1,000 ad for the month, a little $500 ad for the month, to help pay a light bill. I sure the light bill in this building is ridiculous. And Zalisha didn't make the TNTech list for the elite. You know the elite, they just get special privileges, right? The other day I sat down in a place and a man started to tell me about Zalisha and Satmaraj and this and that and that. I said, well, where the jail is this boy? I got a full rundown. When she now start off on the radio and you swear she wanted by the police, you know, or by straight to the point. But they gave me information and I said, nice. They say, a nice woman. I said, all right. But we need people to be out here to support the cause. Because every day that we wake up, sometimes I feel like I had to sell that vehicle I had it to, you know, Robert. You put $400 in gas, and by tomorrow it's done. To every day or every other day is a $400 in the gas. You know you work that much going on there with me? I spend in Philip Edward Alexander per diem, you know, in gas. But imagine that this is where we are at as a society, where the police is using their resources for social media activists like Alyssa Phillips. When Eversley dead, we get results fast. The offenders was posted on social media fast. All the parts of that story was big lie. But Jaden Diaz dead, we have no story. Dave, I left the brassiere by your mother. You let her drop it for me at the studio. You come out to play today, you know? So you could go ahead. I'll acknowledge you. You want that? I'll give you that. Kaya Silly and my chest is about the same size. And they say that she hide a gun in between there. But you studying that I didn't put my bra today. No problem. And the resources that are being used. And these are the people that they're being paid on social media to come out. To distract and to change the agenda, you know. Because yesterday I posted a video with Alyssa Phillips praying and quoting Romans. And praying, and that prayer was a prayer of encouragement for the family and the kind of vile and dirty things that people have said about a young lady who passionate. I could imagine Alyssa's modus operandi. Sometimes I feel like Alyssa probably could feel like she could probably go in a hole. And I wish John Public, you know, in Africa, when you get married and things, there is rain you with money, they just take out money and shower you. The kind of things that Alyssa Phillips is doing, and you have to understand she is an entrepreneur. You know what entrepreneur mean? You ever hear somebody call a Syrian an entrepreneur? Okay. An entrepreneur is a dotish black man. You know why? Because we just go out there and we just depend on our friends and family to support us, and them just want free thing. Iwa. Not George. The only free thing they want. And you know what? Alyssa Phillips is an entrepreneur. Yes, you could go and tell her I said she dotish. You know why? Because she coming out here to fight for something that puts no money in her pocket. It doesn't make her a millionaire. And that's what she's fighting for passionately. To the point of getting panic attack in a jail cell. Losing business. And coming out of a jail cell, spending hundreds on bail, and then you have to just walk in and start business like normal again, and you just have to function like normal. And some of us will hail her, oh, great powerful voice, future leader, this, that, and the other, and she had bills like everybody else. But I want to remind you all of the resources that was used for the little entrepreneur girl who just have a voice and no guns and ammunition. She had no bad boy family. Look at the resources being used. Step up. This is the resources. This is the resources that was spilled out for Alyssa Phillips. Eh? They bring out the BBD, they bring out the BBD of the TTPS. Come back to me. They bring out the BBD in the police service. They say, there, where's the BBD? The big belly department. They bring out the BBDs for Alyssa. They bring out the gang unit. They bring out big squad. You know, there's only movies where you see the police only eating donuts. Such a fat up, zucky, stink, unfit police that want to say that the crime rate is down. And then we have the police from the smell hand squad, you know. A police lock up a man based on smelling his hand and say it smells like he shoot a gun. All they feel is kick sting, or a man being victimized because he don't want to pay money, extortion money, to senior officers in a police station. Or family home frightened that police could come again and plant a gun on them. A gun miles away from where the house is, and they come and say that that gun belongs to the family because they just don't like the mother, they don't like the father, they don't like the husband, they don't like she father. And then we just want to know why some people just say, boy, you know what, let me go and live a life of crime. Because it's easier to live a life of crime than be an upstanding citizen. Why you feel that so many people scamming people out here? Because it's easier to scam you. No, who coming for you when you scam? Who coming for you when you scam? The police is busy observing and monitoring Alyssa Phillips' social media. You know, yesterday, if it is Alyssa Phillips posted that she was going to be there, the amount of police and bus and all kind of thing would have been there, would have been a spectacle. And you know what's the sad thing? The media ain't give two rats poo-poo about this, you know, until it get out of hand. Our father says his heart is leaking. All you feel is kicks? Run them video and them one after each other so that we go realize the state that Trinidad and Tobago is in. And then, can you sit now and agree with some of these politicians and office holders that says we're in a better place, that can watch us and say state of emergency is working? When we had red flags swinging right in front of us all the time. And then the commissioner will spit in my face again and say, well, for the rogue police officers, and they better shame out. We want the real results. We want police officers locked up behind bars. We want police officers locked up because there are many people who are in the jail right now who are in jail for nothing. They get frame case. And there are other people who are outside who are afraid to talk. You know how much interviews I go on and sit down and talk with people where I can't even roll the camera because these people are afraid to speak out. And then you know what? I had to come now and I had to tippy-toe through the tambi bush and somehow smartly bring it across. But I can't do it by myself. If I start to turn up the place, I cannot do it by myself. Because what? I'll sit down, I'll stand up here, and I'll talk. I remember the first time when we were supposed to do this show. You want to play the videos there? I told you. And they say, how you want to do it? Standing up, sitting down? I said, nah, I go stand up. The boss said, he said, you sure? For 2 hours? They know I go stand up for 8 hours live. And I will blaze until something happens. Because this is the place that Trinidad really want. You imagine that the citizenry smarter than the police? The criminals smarter than the police? How can one sign a PDO that has a member of ABG 679 facilitator? I told them fellas and them before, and they signed that PDO before the peace. How could you be a facilitator of all these gangs and get locked up? Who reading over them PDO and them? Police officers don't want you to know the mother of the missing baby come on the scene to push in a crime hazmat suit, and she's the only one in a crime hazmat suit, and they thought, people would have thought there is a forensics expert come to go on the crime scene. Dotish. And we just had to take whatever we get. Not so? Right in the public eye, Alyssa Phillips was publicly stated that she was invited to protest, yet still charges stand. Charged for unauthorized protest, charged for being part of a protest, charged for not dispersing, charged for resisting arrest. You push Alyssa so she go and so charged for resisting arrest. What state is this country in? Are we happy? But then all they want me to come on this TV show and talk the things. Well done, Dale. And nothing will change. I can't feel good until something happens. And I go talk here, they go come and they go lock me up, saying I'm a risk to public safety because of my reach. 3.2 million. And then what? You know something? Life goes on as normal. You know? I get locked up today or tomorrow, Robert. Coming to work like normal. You know? My boy here who training, he coming to work like normal. You know? You have time with Dale. You go just jump up and say Dale are real mountain. No, that is it. It's sad, eh? That's what you go say. It's real sad, boy. And all you will hear, they might play a little rerun for 2-3 days. And then after that, well, you'll have to bring pie when all come in. They check me. But after that, they will bring a little Bacchanal show, they go bring a man one in woman show on Real TV and say, yeah, you know, we tried. But I feel like, you know what I go start to do? I go just start to do food reviews on Straight to the Point. I'll go out to the savannah and thing and review food. I might get you. What do you feel? Yeah, I'll carry a police with me. Them like to eat from the BBD, the big belly department. But look at some of these videos here. I'm going to play just a few. And this is not from nobody else, you know. This is from us. We've been to homes, we've been to families, we've been hearing families crying out. Is change too hard to attain in 2026? Have we made the right choice? Would Trinidad and Tobago get better? However, whichever one you want to play, all of them juicy.
Hands up, don't shoot! 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 Right, one man behind here.
Step up. All right, so what we can see here right now is that we are on Richmond Street. The officers have successfully, in terms of being able to take persons who would have actually been getting closer to the police administration building. The event organizers would have already been detained. And what we're seeing now is in terms of persons standing on Richmond.
Let's go to the one with Jaden Diaz, his mother. And then after that, you'll do the one where it is that we went to the scene. And then we will go to the one with Alyssa addressing the members of the media. It are plenty others, you know. But I'll just give them that because time short.
We had to hope and see, because other than that, I mean, if the police saying that they have a report of shots being fired,
Yeah.
I mean, unless visually the police could watch a man hand and say, you look like you.
Well, there's the greatest here too. I'm glad you said that, because the officer was like, one of the victims in the yard. You, come. When he go on to the officer, let me smell your hand.
Wait. What?
You what telling you? See, pouty and he, you taking me for effing so and so, but come, take.
Wait, that's not. The
He's
police
smelling
officer.
gunpowder and he say.
Wait, that's not.
So you have forensic nose.
That's not it. The police officer call him to smell his hands
You hear what I'm telling you?
and say he's smelling,
Gunpowder on his hand.
and that was the justification as well for he will take him now, because I mean, he say you're taking him for.
Yeah.
I mean, what could be if it is we looking, right? If we could try and probably recreate this whole scene here. The only entry, based on what I understand, is coming up from on this side here. So the police saying, now they're saying that they made a report. There was a report, they was responding to a report of a domestic report, right? So the police officers driving, so we could think, if we watch and we look at the spaces of the housing, it have a house on this side here. There's a house over on this end here. There's a little shack further up. It have nothing else in the vicinity here. So if it is the police pull up here, bam, right? They have a whole peripheral view of the entire structure, right? There's no housing settlement or nothing like that behind the house. So if it is bam, the police come out. Now what we expecting to happen is the police say, good day, I am officer so and so, attached to whatever police station. We have a report of XYZ taking place in the area. We come to inquire, right? Now, what could cause Diaz to see police pulling up and he would run? Where would he run to go? Makes no sense, right? So again, I just want to see, if you watch again very carefully, this is the entrance of the house here. This is the entrance of the house here, right? I want us to look, if it is you're seeing the trees, the plants, because nobody know that I coming up here, right? So from here, the police run him down. He run into the house. It's either he running through the front door or he running through the back. But in the report it said that they observe the marijuana plant, right? So you come down in the back here, there are the little dog kennel. You have a little dog kennel and basically that is it. It's not nothing else there to say. So I mean the police have to kind of now ascertain for us that the little thing they're catching water and whatever, the barrels and them, what the police could have said that this whole thing just not making no sense to me. It making sense to you? It's not making sense to me. And this is the only thing here. That out of the report that we could see, the marijuana plant. It was observed and that's it. So, I mean, some birds and things there, man.
To the commissioner, this is a man of integrity, and this is you. This is a man we can be proud of, and this is you. You cannot stay in your position, so you need to step down. And to the Prime Minister of our country, we are sick and tired of the hide-and-seek games. You need to address your country. The nation is bleeding. Approximately 6 innocent children died within a span of 2 months under an SOE. And yet still we cannot hear from you, Madam Prime Minister. I believe that you have potential, but you need to do better.
How are we as a people?
To the DPP, I am asking you to make this make sense. Public distress deserves public accountability. We want to know under what grounds you were able to advise these officers to put out a warrant for Kaya Seeley's arrest. To the Forensic Science Center, I am asking you, how did it take 4 months for you to send your report? I don't trust it. My people, we need to look at pattern recognition. Everybody is saying an innocent person wouldn't run from the police. Well, innocent officers would not murder a surrendering man. Innocent officers would not dodge accountability. Innocent officers wouldn't have let Kaya Seeley go home after she was discharged from the hospital. And this is so comical because you're charged on 3 counts of shooting at the police, but where's the ammunition charge? Was she shooting with her pinky finger? Their lives were taken innocently, Lord Jesus. Lord, and we ask you here today that you shake up Trinidad and Tobago, that you do something, because this is not right, this is not fair, Lord Jesus. Lord, we pray that evil does not overcome, but good will win. We ask that you place in our minds a spirit of courage and not a spirit of fear, a spirit to stand up and to speak out on the right things and to speak against the wrong things, Lord Jesus. Help us always to remember Romans 8:28 in knowing that all things work together for good. Lord, so we know that even in this tragedy, may you have the final say. Lord, may we have a peaceful night here tonight as we reflect on the anniversary of their untimely passing 4 years ago. And may we, when we leave here, may we reach home safely, Lord Jesus. And may this incident not happen to anyone in Trinidad and Tobago again, Lord, because we need a change. In your most wonderful, holy name I pray. Amen. Lord, we come before you here tonight to ask you to cover.
But we saying that Trinidad and Tobago is in a better place, not so? We saying that Trinidad and Tobago, we have hope. I don't know, we have hope. All in master control, all have hope. All surely have hope. Right now, I trust probably going on a plane and close my eye and sleep than to trust what is what's taking place right now in this country. Right now, it's worse than the Titanic. You saying Titanic, it's worse than the Titanic right now. It's worse. And I just kind of reach a point now where I just don't know. I really just don't know. But I want to remind you all of this. I want to remind you all of something, you know. Look, I send you a reminder for you, Robert. I want to remind you all this, that this is the big explanation as to why we are in the position that we are in today. This is the explanation that's supposed to make us feel better when they say things are working for us. Go ahead.
If your house was leaking in 2016 and it is leaking still in 2024, you want me just to walk in and start to fix the holes immediately? But then if it fix it in 2016, the hole might have been this, and then it become this over the years. That's all. And this is difficult. So that is all I'm saying now.
I feel like that went over their head. Get them up, play again.
Your house was leaking in 2016 and it is leaking still in 2024. You want me just to walk in and start to fix the holes immediately? But then if it fix it in 2016, the hole might have been this, and then it become this over the years. That's all. And this is difficult. So that is all I'm saying now. If your home...
My thing for you all today is that I pray that we wake up, not smell the coffee, you know, because we've been smelling coffee. We've been smelling manure in its purest form. The main ingredient are manure. They've been giving us it and say, that's potato salad. It'll go nice with the stew chicken. And we eating manure and saying, yummy, yummy. Yummy in my tummy. My thing for you all today is that I pray that we want better as a collective. Not better because it affects us. Because there are two types of people in this society, you know. Those that are saying, I'm a victim and I want to stand up for what is right. And those that are saying, I want to do it preventative before it reaches my door. And the last and least out of the three, the ones that will just stay on social media and type and make bacchanal, but they ain't coming out. And there are others who are home and comfortable because it has affected them in no way possible. But we need people who will get up and function and put their voices out there and put with their money where their mouth is. That's what we need. So I want to say this. On Monday, please the Lord, I have some exclusives that we're going to happen here. And we're going to take a different direction, a different turn. There's going to be a different heat. And I want to leave you all with this evening and over the weekend. Think about it. Because I want you all to understand and know, saying nothing makes you a part of the problem. Minding your business, you're also part of the problem. Not wanting to get involved also makes you part of the problem. Do you want to collectively and continue to be a part of the problem, or do you want to be a part of change? That's all I have for you all today. I am going to get pie. We have something happening today, eh? You have a big show today after me? And you have a big show. What time is that? 6 o'clock on the dot. So guys, stay good, stay, don't go anywhere. This is the realest of all reels, Real TV. This is straight to the point. I'll see you guys on Monday, please the Lord. And of course, you're locked on to the best. Have a great weekend and stay safe and be safe. God bless.